Jordan's RC's back here with you guys, and today's gonna be a little bit different. I'd like to do a shout out for Papa Long RCs for getting me back into carpet racing. I was in it for a bit there, and I was having fun, and then I just kind of, life got busy, injury to the hand, so I kind of took some time off it, and now I'm back at it, and I pulled the TTO2 out. Why a clear body? Well, just because I obviously couldn't paint with my injured hand, and just a little bit cleaner on the track, personally. Sick of paint falling off all over my car. So, did get a upgraded brushed motor in there. It's a blue can. Don't know the turn on it. Didn't really look at that when I was throwing it in there. But, gonna be upgrading the motor anyways to a special motor for a class, obviously. Stock electronics. I did upgrade the suspension ahead of time before I got injured, so I haven't tested those out yet, but the car seems to be more planted to the ground now instead of those stock Tamiya springs. Oh my goodness. Like, the two rear ones in that kit, I couldn't get them to stay within themselves so they can go up and down, and as soon as the car would go up and down, it would like bind, and then like the bottom part would shoot out of the spring, and oh my goodness, it wasn't fun. So now I got these on there. They seem to be pretty good, but I had to redo the oil because 2 of them didn't have oil in them and 2 did. That was kind of odd, but other than that, they seem to be great. So we will be doing a video on this car here coming up. Take it outside. I've got some cones. We'll be doing some laps and seeing. I've got my old times down, so we'll see, if the car's doing any better with these suspension. I'm going to change out my race tires. These are just some old tires I use for display purposes. You can see they're just old. Oh, yeah. Those are back from like 2001 when I was a kid racing with my dad. But long story short, there'll be an update video on this. The new motor that I'm going to get, and it's just a Tamiya spec engine. So we'll do a video on that and see how it runs. I do have to swap connectors on the battery port there. It's got older Dean styles on it right now, and the batteries that I run, or that I recently just got, have different connectors on them. So I'm going to have to order some connectors, and then yeah, we should be good to go. Other than that, yeah. Now, the only thing that I did notice with this car is, I guess, from what I have seen on YouTube, is you can flip the rear knuckles right there. Because, I mean, this side's got the low side, and then the high side's down there. So apparently you can rotate these, and the car will sit lower or higher, whatever way you have them sitting. So that's an interesting piece that I did not know, but I will be looking into that for handling purposes. Yeah, other than that, car's basically stock. I do have a bearing set in there, obviously. Hopefully the class that I run in allows that. But I do have bearings in the car. I do have the metal prop shaft for it, the drive shaft right there, but I haven't put it in right now. I mean, to be honest, the plastic one does perfectly fine for me. I haven't had a problem with it, other than, where is it? Right there. It gets pretty tight. Like, from factory, you have to cut off the knobs, the plastic knobs that are left on there. And I didn't do that to the one right there. And it literally self-clearanced itself. But other than that, works fine for me. I don't need no metal prop shaft or anything like that for this car, I don't think. But if I feel like I need to put it in, I'll put it in. As for all the gearing, I've heard a lot of people complain and say that the gearing on this car is good, but it disappears pretty quickly, as in shredding, stripping, losing teeth. I've ran this car through dirt as a rally car. I've ran this car on a track after it's been cleaned. I've ran it almost damn near everywhere, other than the rain, because I don't like my cars in the rain. And I have so far have not had a problem. I just, I take the gear cover off, and I take my air chuck and just blow all the dirt out, and it seems to be quite fine. But I have noticed that this gear cover kind of touches the spur gear a bit on the inside, is what I have noticed. There's a little engraving in there for some odd reason, and it wasn't in there when I went to put it in there brand new. So something's going on there. But I mean, other than that, I haven't had, a lot of people are saying that the dog bones too, for the front wheel drive and the rear drive right there. They say that they pop out all the time and they break, and man, I mean, I've had a brushless 3S in here, 4S even, and nothing. I haven't had an issue with them. So it's either going to happen soon because of wear or whatnot. But I mean, I have a set of metal ones for this car and for my TB02. And the metal ones for this car actually feel a little bit heavier than the ones that I have in the car. So for weight wise, I think I'd just keep the plastic ones in it. I mean, they run fine until they decide to start kicking out on me and causing me problems. I think I'll just leave them in there personally. Other than that, I am looking into getting a carbon fiber chassis cut out and made for me. I've got a piece of carbon that I've ordered, and I got a guy that knows what he's doing pretty good with some cutting tools. So I'm going to see if I can't get a carbon fiber chassis made for this car. I think it'd be really cool and interesting. I know you can get colored trays like white and red and green. I think blue even, but I personally want to try and get rid of the... I want to see if I can get like the flat chassis look with this car, you know, instead of the bucket kind of situation it's got going here. How it's got that big lip all around and it holds everything in there like a bucket. Yeah, I want to see if I can shave all that weight, you know, like all this extra plastic on the side here, if you can see that. But it's got quite a bit of extra plastic kicking in this car. I know a lot of people cut out a lot of the plastic in the front for weight and because apparently you get more steering when you do that. I haven't tried that yet. I might. I don't know. I've seen a steering kit out there too, so I don't know what works better. I'll see. Angle-wise, no, people are right. The car does not have as much angle as you would want it to have, but, I mean, it's not bad either. It's really not that bad. And, I mean, for a spec class, it makes it fun, because you gotta use the brake, you gotta use the throttle, and you gotta steer. You know, it makes it quite fun. If you just had to quickly go around the corner and not have to work for it, well, it wouldn't be fun now, would it, right? So... it's kind of why I've left the car the way it is and haven't really put too many upgrades into it. I mean, I'm even running an old Futaba servo in there. And, you know, it runs just fine. I might put a faster one in it, but I feel like if I put a faster one in it, it's just going to start binding stuff up in the steering because, well, I mean, it's not really... you get what I'm saying here? So I think if anything, if I put a faster servo in there, I'm going to have to upgrade all of that for the steering and maybe cut out some plastic. But then again, that's why I want to do this flat carbon fiber chassis for this car, because then I won't have to cut out any of that plastic. It'll just all be gone. So, I don't know. That's what I'm working on for this car. Hopefully I can get a video out of the chassis soon. We'll see. Like, again, it's going to take a while because I can't do it because of my pinky and my index finger with the injuries. So, I can't, unfortunately, use a cutter right now or even anything. Nothing right now. So it'll be fun. It'll be fun. But when it's done, I mean, I can use a screwdriver. I can pull all screws out and switch it. I can swap everything over, but of course I can't just use power tools. So, but once that's done, I will make an update video on that. And yeah, so that's it for the Tamiya TT02, you guys. If you like, comment, and subscribe, that would be great. And if you want to know anything that's on this car, or if you want to know anything I did or anything, which is not much, by the way, let me know. I will leave a description for the shocks, link to the shocks in the description. And yeah, other than that, have a great day, guys. Jordan's RC's out.